There is something that I have not taken from him, which is
Exactly.
the club that we follow. And there is a Ghar Mein El Clasico, divided by El Clasico, united by football. So it's time for US now, and we are all gearing up for the FIFA World Cup in 2026, but warming up with the FIFA Club World Cup.
The beauty of this FIFA Club World Cup is we get confluence of all these football culture at one tournament. We really don't know the footballing culture out of these European giants. So
Indian fans are crazy supporters of the
Absolutely.
clubs worldwide.
there's no more underdog or minnows in world of football. US is altogether a different ball game. That's the golden opportunity to get US visa. You better start saving. I'll demand you take me to US.
Hi guys, so we have come up with something that we were thinking from a very long time, and like it's an age-old saying, like father, like daughter. So we live, eat, sleep, breathe sports and football mainly 24/7, and we thought why not bring these dinner table conversations to you in Baap Beti and Banter. Like I mentioned, like father, like daughter, there is something that I have not taken from him, which is
Exactly.
the club that we follow. And there is a Ghar Mein El Clasico, because both of us support two rivals actually, and both of us have been fighting since when I was a teenager and since when I started following Real Madrid, because I like Ronaldo and Real Madrid and he loves Messi and Barcelona. So just to come up with one common thing, we came up with the concept of respect, to, after fighting for years, to come up with the concept of respect, to respect both the players, both the teams. Because I remember when we were in Barcelona watching a Barca match and they were trailing 1-0 and Messi was not even playing, he was in the dugout. I made fun of him so much, felt bad later because he got angry, but then Messi came and scored, so then he made up for all the fights that we had.
No, but I remember when we had gone to Bernabeu to watch Madrid game and that Madrid anthem was played. It's a goosebump moment.
Yeah, all of us cried.
And she was like totally in the tears. So that's why it's like a huge respect, and the beautiful game, the respectful game, and the world is the limit. So that's why the football world is together at this dinner table discussion with father and daughter.
So we can say that we are divided by El Clasico,
Yeah.
united by
Football.
football. So in this father-daughter duo show, we have been dealing with our sleep schedules a lot, because now the focus of football has been shifted to another different continent.
Yeah.
And even though Messi shifted in Miami, we've been just following only Messi matches. But now the countdown for the FIFA World Cup in 2026 has kicked off, and the sleep schedules for the fans in India is going to be crazy. So the FIFA Club World Cup is just like a warm-up for that.
Absolutely. Now, I have been at Jeddah with Viva Football Magazine and Football Pilgrimage. So, we have seen FIFA Club World Cup in Jeddah. The beauty of the FIFA Club World Cup is you have been watching all those top 5 in England, top 3 in Spain, but we really don't know the footballing culture out of these European giants. So, say Urawa Reds from Japan or Al Ali from Egypt. It's a massive fan following, massive atmosphere in the stadium. And the beauty of this FIFA Club World Cup is we get confluence of all these football culture at one tournament. Like in Qatar, we have seen the whole world was there. 2.5, 3 million people, football fans across the globe were there. And Qatar was like shaped into one football world. The same way, the FIFA Club World Cup, all the football cultures from Botafogo to Flamengo to River Plate. So all these football cultures, or Auckland or Australia, so all these cultures come together to exhibit the different styles of football, and all those heroes from their respective nations coming at the international level to battle with the giants of football. And that's how it's a great concept. The timing, the match schedules, and the Indian standard timing match like 6:30 a.m. in the morning. We are used to late night football, but now it's early morning football. It's just a little bit kind of not suited for our style of functioning. when we follow Champions League. But next year also you have to adjust your time zone, as the next World Cup would be in the USA itself, USA, Canada and Mexico. So there would be different time zones, but it's a great kind of a dress rehearsal and warm up kind of a thing. So exciting times ahead.
We used to end our day with football matches. Now all of us and all the fans in India are going to start their day watching the matches and then go to work or
No, but
continue with their
when
schedule.
we were in England too, at Manchester, the typical English kind of a fan base over there. So they were literally like cursing Indian and Indian standard time,
Why?
because they are used to dinner time football, Saturday night football. But because of our timing, our audience, and you guys who support them massively at all the broadcasters, so because of you guys, it's a midday football. So
Yeah.
the kickoff is like noon or 1 p.m.
Exactly.
So it's like a lunchtime football, and they are mad over it. So it happens. The football is a global game. I remember in June itself, Maradona won Mexico 86. So the first World Cup, the Maradona World Cup, and the first World Cup that Indian fans got to see live. So it's always there carved in our memories. And the final was played at noon. 12:30 p.m. in the noon at Azteca, Mexico, where it's like altitude is so high and the humidity factor, all the dry weather, so it was a inhuman, but believe me, we all enjoyed that. So
Yeah.
it happens in football.
Also with Saudi Arabia and the Saudi Pro League going to, I think, the entire world, and all the stars basically
Yeah.
going, like Ronaldo kicked it off by being the first big player to go to
Yeah.
that league, and then the rest everybody followed. So it's like even the names of these clubs are unknown, but the players in these
Yeah.
clubs are the players that we've seen in maybe a La Liga or Premier League. So it's just about knowing the culture, like
Yeah.
you said, not who the players are.
No, but that's what Saudi is doing different from Qatar. Qatar was just like a Bollywood or a Hollywood film set. So as the World Cup was over, within 3 days, the
Dismantled.
World Cup set and the marketing and all the outdoors was gone, and it was totally a typical petroleum company kind of a I stayed at the Argentine fan based football village. And after 3 days, it was just transformed into that petroleum company workers colony. So that was it. But Saudi has learned the lesson, and they are here to stay, because the next World Cup 2034 World Cup would be next to next World Cup would be in Saudi, and they are investing right from this day to their footballing system and inviting players like Ronaldo. They are attracting the world media over there, and the culture is huge. The Arab or the African fan culture is
Yeah.
huge. They are capitalizing that fan culture, and they are bringing all these stars. So they are trying to make this a great combination to both on and off the field to attract the world's attention.
So do you see an upset for the normal set of fans, or how will it be?
See, it's typical चक दे इंडिया वाला जो बात है.
70 मिनट है तुम्हारे पास, शायद तुम्हारी जिंदगी के सबसे खास 70 मिनट.
So it's just like those 90 minutes, and if it's your day, you are killing those 90 minutes. The main challenge playing in US is a typical different conditions. So US is altogether a different ball game. Although all these big clubs, they travel to US for their pre-season
Pre-season.
tournaments, so they are used to it. But when there is a tournament, when there is a pressure of the knockout, anything can happen on that day. So, and you know, all these players, they play for each and every club. They are reputed players, like they are star of their national teams. So there is not such minnows or underdogs kind of a thing. You have seen in Qatar the Moroccan, how they have tried. There is no more underdog or minnows in world of football. So on that day, how you play and how you nail the things, that's more important. So that's why it's all exciting.
Right.
The knockouts are there, and the format is introduced for the first time at the club level. So it's just like every match is a Champions League final. So that's how it is.
So even our warm up before the World Cup
Absolutely.
kicks off. We've been in Spain for the World Football Summit. With football being so huge in the Indian market, and the Indian fans are crazy supporters of the
Absolutely.
clubs worldwide. So how do you look at the Indian fans supporting the FIFA World Cup, the Club World Cup, or following the international clubs?
See, in Qatar, we have seen the Indian fan contingent were the fourth largest. We had around 80,000 fans traveling to Qatar, like us. So it's huge. But US, there is a huge challenge, right, from getting the visa to traveling and managing your schedule and all that. So, but that's the golden opportunity to get US visa. If you are a genuine holding a rightful FIFA tickets, so it's a golden opportunity to get US visa. There would be a very strict kind of a visa regime because of all the things that following the geopolitical scenario over there. So it's a good planned focus, strategical planning is very important, and that's why start early is the key. The draws would be somewhere in November and December. Before that, if you plan it, if you start early, that would be the case. So you better start saving, and I'll urge all you fans, start saving till November and December. We will plan the schedule, and let's see, we'll be in US to watch the World Cup.
So it's time for US now, and we are all gearing up for the FIFA World Cup in 2026, but warming up with the FIFA Club World Cup. And you took me to Qatar. Are you taking me to US?
No, it's time for you. It's time for USA and it's time for you. So I'll demand you take me to US. So
we will be continuing with this. So stay tuned with us, and adios.